Hello and welcome to Big Nub Numismatics. Today I have a variety of coins to show you, including some very fun and popular wheat penny varieties. So let's get started. First off is this 20-cent piece, the stepchild of the American economic scene. Lasted only 3 years, 1875 to 1878. And I mean, really, not only did it not make economic sense in terms of transactions, because, 2 dimes fit pretty well, but it's super close in size to a quarter. They don't have reading. You can see that it's just a plain edge, so people were filing the edges. It doesn't wear very well. As you can see, this is a pretty solid VF 20, and like none of the Liberty is visible. William Barber designed this and engraved it. Father of Charles Barber, which the Barber coinage name comes from. And as the reverse of the trade dollar. But it's just a strange coin. The mintages fell off pretty rapidly after 1875. Comes in Carson City and Philadelphia. Denver didn't exist, and there really wasn't a point for New Orleans to mint these. There just wasn't that much demand. It's also pretty fun because it's super close to the shillings of the time. And so, Americans thought it very strange to transact with 20 cents, but the British Empire was doing it on a daily. That's like their most popular coin, the shilling. The shillings of that time are like 5.5 grams, and this is 5 grams versus the quarter, almost 7. Next up is this Type 1 gold dollar. Very early into the gold dollar's lifetime. A tiny version of the double eagles. If you've ever seen the Liberty heads. This one's got really nice color. I don't handle a lot of gold, but this one seems super reasonable as a 64. Great color, and pretty strong strike, and there's like no rub on the high points that you normally see in like 63 and even 64 sometimes. So I thought that was a super appealing example. Next up is this MS66 piece dollar. Slab is a bit scuffed, but the coin is super nice. A lot of times you see a huge overlap between like really nice 65s and really low 66s. But this one's really solid. Great luster, no milk spots, which is another huge thing in piece dollars. The washing of the planchets, just the detergent they used must have completely wrecked most of the coins. But this one's got a super clean field, super clean cheek. If you can see through all the scratches on the slabs. But it's only like a $450 coin, $500 coin, which is surprising because they are pretty hard to get in 6 with as common as they are. Next up is the second to last year of the piece dollar, and one of the hardest to find, 1934. Super flashy, I mean, it is a harder date, but there's not a whole lot to write home about. Just your average peace dollar. Next up is quite a popular variety, 1909 VDB double die obverse. This isn't anywhere near as prominent as the 55 or 72 or even 95. But on the Liberty, you can see the filled in B, and it just looks like all the letters are just a tiny bit offset. And that's pretty much all you need. I mean, a lot of people, including myself, probably have gone through these in circulation, like just common wheat bags, and not found it. But this is a super red example. 64 red. This is about a $500 coin. And I have seen them cherry picked in holders without the designation before. So it is a fun coin to try and cherry pick, especially with how many nice 1909 VDBs there are out there. So you can have fun perusing eBay and looking through all of them. Next up is an even more popular variety, the 1909 S over horizontal S. So the person punching the letter into the die had a bit of an oopsie. And you can zoom in just enough. You can see the other S protruding sideways from the coin. This has a lot of red. You know, you have that little grayness on the top of the face. The spot is a bit unsightly, but overall, I mean, it's a 64. You're not looking for, you know, a perfect coin. But super popular. This one I've seen cherry picked less often, just because it is so popular, and the people who sort through 1909 S's usually know what they're doing. It's an expensive coin to start off with, compared to, you know, a $50 coin versus a couple $100 coin without the variety. So pretty neat overall. And finally, this is a super nice coin. A 1916 MS66 red. Super lustrous. Gorgeous color. And I am a huge fan of these early Lincolns and these textured fields. There's just so much detail into the portrait and the entire coin. And a lot of times, especially if they're like brown and toned, and I guess proof-like, but these come really nicely struck, really well struck, and the proofs are nearly mint state. These were the matte proofs. And so occasionally you will see proof coins in mint state holders that you can crack out, but it's very hard to do, and a lot of people get mixed up just looking at them. But you can tell by the fins. So usually you'll have some, you can see a tad bit there, the little protrusions from the rim up from the thigh pressure of the strike rather. but those are also found on mint state examples. Luckily, there are quite a few dye diagnostics for all of them that you can find. So overall, some coins to keep an eye out on your daily hunt wherever, and some short-lived coins, some tiny coins, and some high-grade coins. So thank you for watching and have a great day.